Well, let's go back to the phone company for a minute. While I'm sitting here waiting for the gas company to call me back, I decided that I'm going to call the phone company up and cancel one of the lines, because I have 3 cell phones. My wife has one, I have one, and then I have another one here that I have as a spare. All right, that sometimes I give that number out to people that I really don't want to have my real number. You know, or somebody that I know that, you know, like a store or somebody that needs your number, or you know, something like that. In other words, you're going to get more telemarketing from it. So I keep it for that. So I was going to call I called the phone company to cancel that number. Now that number there is only costing us like $14 a month. It's not costing us a lot of money. And there's no contract on it, so I don't have to worry about any cancellation because it's my phone. This is another Galaxy. All right, this is a Samsung rather. I think this is the Galaxy 3. My wife has the Note 2, and I have the Note. No, the wife has the Note 2, and I have a Note 4. Anyway, I call up to cancel this particular number that we don't really use. Thinking, okay, you know, I'm not using it. I would prefer to keep it, but I don't need it. So, and I don't want to pay a $140 bill. And that's all there is to it. You know, it's just a principle, 1. 2 is, like I say, you know, it's $25 a month. You know, it's not a lot of money, but it is. You know, that could be money that I can put away, like Christmas funds. It could be money I could put away for ammunition, another gun fund, you know, a movie ticket. You know, it could be anything. You know what I mean? You know, I can give it to my grandson in college every month. You know what I mean? You know, already I'm sending him money every month, which stops next month, by the way. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with $25 a month other than just give it to somebody that you really shouldn't be giving it to because they've already told you that it was one thing and now they changed it. You follow me? You tell me it's 110 or 115, that's what it's supposed to be. Don't change your mind and tell me now it's 140, you know? But anyway, by cutting that $15 a month, I said, you know what, I'll cut at least 15, I don't use it, who cares? So I call up to cancel it. I get a nice woman on the phone from Ohio, and she says, oh dear, why are you canceling the phone? I said, well, basically, I says, here's the story. I says, she says, I got a few minutes. So I tell her, you know, a brief story on as to what happened from beginning to end. And I told her the person I was talking to today told me, well, you know, if anything, start cutting expenses. So I'm cutting expenses. I'm going to drop this line. All right. Oh dear, she goes. You know, I mean, she was a woman that was willing to listen, you know. One that's been around for a while, as I have, as most of us have. You know, she says, well, wait a minute, she says. She looks at my billing and she looks at the discounts between my wife being a retired employee after 35 years and plus other government discounts that we get. She says, oh, wait a minute, she says, give me just a minute. Now, you got to remember, my new bill was $140. My new bill shouldn't have been any more than $119 after taxes and things. So she's talking and she's talking, she's you know, she's mumbling numbers and, you know, she is, I think I got it all set here, she says. Give me just a second. And she comes back to the phone. She says, the other person's entering these numbers in for me now, she says, so hold on. So apparently she has somebody else working the numbers for her. She comes back to me. She says, how does $97 a month sound? I says, without making any changes? She says, no changes at all. She says, all your services, all your 3 phones, everything is just as it is, other than the bill changes from 140 down to 97. Whoa, you know, so hello. So today actually turned out to be a promising day because we had one person on the phone that cared enough to look into the background, into the billing, and into the discounts to actually see what I have coming to me. Where the other one probably doesn't get the discounts that I'm getting and didn't care and probably didn't think that was justified for them discounts. You follow me? But for whatever reason, she wasn't going to care. So her way was cut your expenses, you know. Now, the $97 that she said, after I thanked her over and over and over again, plus taxes. There's going to be taxes on that. But after all that said and done, I hung up the phone. I'm thinking to myself, that's the same amount of money that this guy, Scott, that I was talking to on the third day that I bought the phone that I told you about. I was talking to 3 people. 2 of them were women. One during the day, one the following day. And then Scott was the day that the phone actually came in. And I was going to send it back. I was talking to this guy named Scott. And he says, well, let me do something. And he starts talking. He says, $97 a month. So after I thought about it, it came up to $97 a month. All right? That's what she came up with. So it's there. If everybody did their job and took a few minutes into looking at it instead of an hour into arguing with me why they can't, they would have seen that they could have. You follow me? So I got all 3 phones, full data, unlimited texting and minutes and all that kind of crap. All right, and my new phone for $97 a month plus tax. So today did work out to be a pretty good day. So maybe it's going to start changing. All it takes sometimes is finding the right person to just do their job. That's all it takes. It's just somebody to do their job. All right, and not to do their job or don't want to get involved doing their job or don't think you should have it. You follow me? If they look and they see and they do, it'll come out. But people just don't want to do their job. You get people like we are, most of us anyway, and I'm not knocking you younger generation here, guys, all right? But the older generation, we're used to doing our job. We're used to working for our money, and we're used to doing the best that we can do for both the employee and the employer, or your employer and the customer. Because the employers, as a rule, know that without customers they have nothing, and most of the time it wants to work. You get somebody that wants to do their job, they're going to make it right for you. And not that it's right or wrong, but it's what it is. So when I have 3 people telling me that it shouldn't go up at all, and if anything, one guy told me it should be 97, well then that should be, And when I get 140, there's a problem there because somebody in billing didn't enter it right or do their job. So the younger generation, guys, you are going to be our age someday. So start thinking about it. Take pride in what you do and do your job. Give 110%. All right? It'll come around, So, but anyway, that's a good side. Now I'm just waiting to hear from the gas company to find out if they're going to do their job. All right? And that's what it is, So we'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, I got that, let me shut this off and start it over again.